The whole DC scenario. I'm never going to be crying on the internet. I will not stand here and be critical of anyone I have ever loved or cared for. If I once loved you, I will always respect you. I am that person. I know you watched the interview with Raishadita. After seeing what was spoken behind my back, Kendra, I've been in shock. My connection. I know you seem to have the heresies, the blogs, and the crossover here. Is it taking place? Everyone, what the hell is going on here? Baby Yandy Smith didn't come to play with Kendra or her fake friendship games. Instead, she offered us the most incredible MC drop moment of the season. Imagine enjoying a peaceful brunch 1 minute and being investigated for alleged adultery 5 seasons prior. The next, for instance, ma'am, how did your story come to focus on my marriage? Is this an ambush episode of Cheaters? A limited reunion edition? Or girl speak? Because in reality, Kendra was sitting there with her acrylics clacking, pretending like she was just so scared while Sis had her drama cauldron simmering. In addition, Yandy, Phew, she when I watch that classic, I smile, but I'll do it in a spiritual way. We also love your tone. And let's not act like we're brand new. Kendra has previously made derogatory comments while seeming to be concerned. Some people are now questioning whether Kendra had some kind of plan or if it was a chaotic accident. Get your tea, family, because we're going to talk about the falsehoods, the receipts, and the friendship that never was. Additionally, trust this one. It's a mess, not much, kid. Grab some tea, snacks, and maybe a stress ball. Because what we're going to find, sweetheart, isn't only careless. It's VH1 certified, a full betrayal and tinged with the idea that you considered her to be your woman. Yandy Smith, our love and hip-hop queen turned wife, mother, and boss, deserves all the praise for this one. You wonder who gets caught in the crossfire. The young jock's ride-or-die wife, Kendra Robinson, was the one who clearly forgot the first rule of girl code. Don't use your sister as a story device. Now let's travel back in time for a particular purpose. A shadow fight over breakfast. The cameras roll. Honey, this is the kind of drama that happens behind closed doors for seasons. Friendships slowly erode beneath the surface. Although fans assumed that Kendra and Yandy were best friends since they shared sisterhood moments, attended events, and uploaded images together. It turns out that Kendra may have been smiling in Yandy's face while collecting receipts behind her back. Indeed, supposedly. Let's establish the scenario. Kendra's over-involvement was the catalyst for it all. Nor is what we're talking about gossip. No. By making Yandy's marriage a frequent story point in private chats and cast meetings. Subtly undermined the Smith-Harris home while posing as the confidant. She seems to be anxious one moment and accusing Mendy of being cunning and unreliable. Behind Yandy's back, the next rumor has it that Yandy is not receptive to it. Sis had an elephant-sized memory, receipts, and screenshots. Yandy also appeared utterly naive during the reunion taping. The room reportedly fell silent after Yandy said, "This isn't your storyline, baby. My life is not your entertainment." I quote, "You don't get to weaponize my marriage for clout." Now, Kendra might seem like the quiet, tidy one. But keep in mind that she was the one who defended. Young jock, even after the world saw him allegedly twist the block on a dozen baby moms and forget his wedding vows in real time. When Yandy chastised her for picking sides, the internet went bananas. For Kendra gained popularity. Fans posted side-by-side edits of Kendra smiling at Yandy while allegedly planting the seeds of chaos. The streets of Reddit are too all of you. They discovered old footage, interviews, and instances when Kendra made questionable comments about Yandy and Mendy C's relationship. According to a Redditor, Kendra has been jealous of another person wrote, "I always assumed Kendra was the cool-headed, sensible one, yet she was now revealed as papal. Let's not pretend that this is Yandy's first time being betrayed. Yandy has experienced enough to recognize a fake buddy at a distance. From Chrissy putting pause on her in season 2 to Mendy's own mama issues. But this is where things get spicy. D. He kept making smooth remarks about doing time and trust. She was never sincere. During breaks in filming, Kendra allegedly urged producers to ask more questions about Yandy and Mendy's jail situation because it would cause a lot of conflict for the show. Wait, what are you trying to tell me? Sis was trying to focus on Yandy's suffering off camera in addition to being the supportive friend on camera. Girl, this isn't Euphoria, but it gets worse. Another purported leak from Wardrobe claims that Kendra was regularly heard backstage stating things like, Yandy gets all the screen time. Let's see how she handles the pressure for once, Bobby. Now for the plot twist, Yandy didn't go all out at first. Instead, she tried to play it cool and go the mature route. Lighting sage, praying, journaling, and doing yoga while Mendy talked slowly in the background. But when it became clear that Kendra was more interested in making up stories than being a sister, she snapped on camera at Mick in high definition. Wasn't just any love and hip-hop shade-off, though. It was a full monologue. That doesn't sound like love and light to me. It sounds like envy wrapped in a Chanel blouse. You smile in my face, Yandy reportedly stated as she looked at Kendra. Yandy even posted cryptic statements on her Instagram stories, like, God will reveal what you couldn't see with your own eyes. Post about my marriage according to sources. You're not a friend, girl. You're a co-star. Energy is genuine. The devil is actually your biggest supporter. Fans connect. Kendra remained utterly silent in the interim with no likes, tweets, or reposts of Instagram stories. Just her sipping wine in her kitchen as though nothing had occurred. The floodgates opened when D-list influencers, TikTok commentators, and even some certified blue checks came forward to claim that they had seen Kendra X acting suspiciously toward Yandy at multiple off-camera events. One blogger from Atlanta even wrote, I said, Kendra was never solid. Sis was feeling very much like Wendy Williams meets Nancy Drew. But just when you think that's all there is to it, part 2 is about to happen and things take a nasty turn. We're talking about back-channel producer audio, exclusive text message leaks, and even rumors of Yandy. We're just getting warmed up, baby. It's a perfectly edited Instagram stories and selfies taken on the red carpet. Oh, a whole twisted rats. Nest of treachery, duplicitous sisters, and receipts so brazen that they would have made the IRS blush. For one moment, let's rewind the tape. Apparently, we're asking for a cease and desist order to stop Kendra from spreading false information. Not many, and we're only beginning. Keep an eye out. Social media was in full swing during DFCON1, and trust me, there were other people talking about it in the group chat besides your Andys. Oh no. Instagram therapists, Twitter investigators, and TikTok psychics all had something to say. Let's start with Kendra Robinson, the big kahuna chili, the theories. And Waldo, you see, Kendra had been out and about like the unconcerned First Lady of Law. But according to a source who claims to have been part of Kendra's inner circle within, the Toast Brunch gang sis had a whole script to make Yandy look foolish in front of the cameras. Lennox, according to this unnamed insider. She is Miss Peach's cobbler. In private, Kendra would frequently belittle Yandy, calling her VH1's Mother Teresa and mocking her activism and marriage as though she would be doing charity drives. Like it was Coachella, and Kendra would say, baby, that was just the appetizer while sipping a peach mimosa. Let's talk about the scene that sparked the fandom. A screenshot of a group chat that was leaked shortly after the show. Yandy Ben is acting like her marriage is a Netflix documentary, just waiting for the credits to roll. I wonder who could get a message from someone who goes by the name Kenny. G saying, I wonder why Mendy is out here moving like he's single in these Atlanta streets. Excuse me? While fans recognize the same profile icon Kenya used on her previous law firm bio, we can't confirm if Kenya was actually Kendra. Is it a coincidence? The internet doesn't think so. John Dundee, on the other hand, isn't just munching. on popcorn. Sis reportedly unfollowed Kendra, Jock, and Nace. This brings us to the infamous birthday incident in which her close friend Tina said, "Real ones don't sit at tables where the main course is your pain and you haven't heard." Kendra reportedly hosted an invite-only yacht party a few weeks before Yandy's emotional breakdown. Guess who wasn't on the list? You're right, Yandy. But guess who it was? Mendy notes. Yes, we know that he has champagne towers and bikini models. The fandom is in complete chaos in the meantime. Team Yans and Team Kendra are trending all over X, with some fans going full CSI love and hip-hop mode, searching for clues, timestamps, and shady faces by zooming into photo backgrounds. In one popular TikTok, the Spillatal user claims she saw Kendra pretend to laugh at one of Yandy's heartwarming stories during a charity event. Be serious, girl. It would be like claiming that Bianca was too busy to be invited to the Grammys. But it doesn't stop there. According to rumors, Kendra may have even suggested a spin-off proposal without Yandy that would only feature real boss spouses. A crude jab that sent the internet into a tailspin. The show's concept was called ATL, Legal and Lethal, and it was allegedly shocking, adorable, and extremely dubious. Now, popular gossip blogger ATL Oracle even claimed to have audio recordings of Kendra accusing Yandy of using motherhood as a weapon to stay relevant and calling her emotionally manipulative. So, while Yandy was out here uploading pictures of his family, preaching about loyalty and crying in confessionals, Kendra might have been backstage pulling strings like it's a soap opera audition. And that brings us to the most amazing of all. During season taping, Kendra allegedly made crew members sign an NDA that made it illegal for anyone to reveal some of her private conversations. Yandy and Jock, you guessed it. Tell me now if you have nothing to hide. Why are you issuing NDAs like churchgoers? Yandy's fans have been begging him to reveal more, but her team says she is defending her. However, peace. Let's be honest. The makers have already released a teaser video, and we know that the reunion episode will be a huge mess. You'll never play me like that again, not on television. And as we dive headfirst into the ensuing firestorm, oh honey, consequences are calling. Because friendships that end in public can have legendary consequences. And that's when things start to go south. Yandy gets up, throws her mic pack, and yells, "You'll never play me like that again." Kendra tried to clap back after Yandy made her say, "My marriage is not your entertainment." "Baby, I thought we were buds," she said, to which the internet replied, "No ma'am, not after the way you whispered and grasped your tiny pearls whenever Mendy Seeks and Yandy were on TV. Like the first lady of judgment. You sat there silently, passing judgment on a marriage that endured federal jail, public scandals, and attempts by VH1 producers to break it apart for ratings. Not to mention that Kendra opportunistically lost her phone during the couple's getaway, right after the filmmakers allegedly asked for unscripted phone video of the actors. Let's assume that Yandy is not the only person who recalls Kendra visiting the spa right before the cameras rolled because she claims there was more to the story. Worried, of course. Is it a coincidence? Yes, exactly. However, the consequences did not stop there, although she's always been composed. One source claimed that the producers were frantically working behind the scenes, and that we weren't expecting Yandy to blow up like that on camera. Yes, given that Kendra was doing more than just talking, according to rumors, she was pitching herself S.H. girl for a spin-off of her own. Like Kendra's World. In the interim, girl, if you don't sit down with that low-budget idea and recurring plotline, social media will go into full-on beast mode. Twitter turned into a courtroom as the timeline pulled Kendra's purported friendship as hard as a lace front in a hurry. Hashtag Kendra fix phrasing, to be clear. This is no longer merely a cast drama. Kendra really thought she was, giving First Lady energy, but all I see is a broadside character trying to make the fetch happen. The disrespect is one of the most widely shared tweets. since if the rumors are true, VH1's producers might be facing a more significant problem. When Kendra was deliberately changing scenes to obtain more attention, allegedly, contracts were being reviewed. One insider claimed that officials were considering disciplining performers who create false narratives that misrepresent the facts. In other words, acting theatrical could cost you a check. Oh no. And you know who is keeping quiet as Olive? This madness erupts. Menzies. Indeed, the protagonist of this whole situation has remained silent. Not even a passive-aggressive comment, no clapback, and no shade meme. Because he is letting Yandy deal with this like the queen she is, and since real people know the power of silence. In the meantime, Kendra keeps sharing those indifferent, passive Instagram stories from the gym as if she hadn't just lit a match and run from a house fire, right? But viewers no longer find the "I'm the victim" strategy appealing, especially now that Rashida, Erica, and even Carly Red, among other cast members, stepped up to support Yandy. According to one deleted moment, Rashida said to Kendra, "You were for that." Kendra allegedly rolled her eyes and said, "I was just being honest, sweetheart. That tone isn't real." That's condescension dressed up in a fancy outfit. Now let's take a closer look at fallout. Indications that brand deals are being canceled. Kendra had served as a brand ambassador for a skincare firm, but it has allegedly stopped talking altogether. They don't seem to want their products associated with pointless television shows anymore. Moreover, it doesn't stop there. The producers are reportedly considering altering the upcoming season's cast after she was kicked from a public relations firm's client list with the words, "We aim to align with talent who uplift and empower women. Power women." Cast some bosses desire the drama, while others think Kendra may have overplayed her hand and could be phased out entirely. It's delivering karma in HD. There are even growing rumors of a reunion. According to rumors, the upcoming taping has had to be postponed to a neutral location due to conflict between the cast members. Security has reportedly been increased. And everyone is reportedly being made to sign more non-disclosure agreements before entering the set. This isn't a reunion. "We know emotions are high, baby. We're not taking any chances this year," one insider said. One fan commented, "Kendra always had church lady energy with reality TV intentions." Meanwhile, fans are digging deeper, bringing up old clips from previous seasons where Kendra made snide remarks or gave judgmental looks during other people's drama. The fan compilation video, Kendra Ben Fake. The documentary, Why Re. And the comment section, Ruthless, went viral. Nevertheless, sis, let's give credit where credit is due. Select a lane. Yandy remained calm even when she clapped back. She said that she didn't throw drinks or depart suddenly. She handled it like a veteran would, leaving the scene with her followers and her dignity intact after making her point. Plain with her words. Of course, this is reality TV, so add a little glitz and editing magic to every source. Pat, one thing is for sure, the line between reality TV and real life just blurred. And while Kendra may have believed she was playing chess, she was just checkmated by a queen who has played the game long enough to avoid falling for glitched strategies. You already know that the reunion will be combustible if the season continues in this manner. And darling, if you thought this drama was crazy, hold on, things are going to become uglier this season. Leave a comment if you view this video and ask whether Kendra was being a phony friend or if there was a major misunderstanding. Remember to subscribe so we can provide you with all the scandals and twists you want, unvarnished and unadulterated. To make sure you don't miss the next one, click the bell button. Next, apocalyptic incident.